Hello everyone, this is Sajith from GURUJEE. Welcome to GURUJEE. Today I am here to give you some inputs on how to study physics effectively. Being a physics teacher over the period of 20 years, I have experienced some methods and which may be useful to some students who are looking for to take physics as a career, or any of the other careers when you are choosing how to study physics. So I'm not going to tell you anything specifically about some special class or special section, something like that. But overall, if you look at it, what are the few key points, like how it to be taken physics? Okay, so the first point is that as everyone understand, or as everybody look into that, like building a strong foundation over physics. Like when we talk about strong foundation, is that like we know that if the class 9th onwards, physics is little bit of mathematics is involved in physics, like especially chapter like motion, and I would say like kinematics areas, and the mathematics areas gets involved. And if you look at it, the other what you call the other sections, like if you pass to 10th standard, current electricity is one chapter which students usually feel it difficult. But how do we look at it? Physics is that like understand the basic fundamentals of physics, like what is physics is all about, and create a strong concepts overview. I won't say that derivations are important or you need to go through the derivations, etc. But let us understand formulas. Like for example, if someone say F is equal to m into A, and then if you have to learn F is equal to m into G, then how this A become G? Okay, why this A has moved into G, and what is that? So when it comes to G, we need to understand the free fall concepts in deeper way, and then we understand that A become G, how that has come. So maybe you can understand through derivations, but we need to roughly understand the concepts behind it. And so fundamentals create a strong foundations. Okay, and that is very essential. The point number 2 is that like stop making assumptions. Like many students have come across to me, or they were coming and telling that physics is like this, physics is like that. Someone has told like you have to study like this, you have to study like that, and it is really tough. And if you need to understand maths very deeper, yes, of course you need to understand certain maths like calculus, trigonometry, and geometry, and integrations, integrals. All those things are if of course needed. But just don't take deep assumptions. Like probably like it may not be the case with you. Like someone is having physics as very tough, but it need not to be the case with you, right? So when you have to experiment, only when you work out the problems and you work out the understand the theory, you start reading, only then you will understand how physics is going to work with you. So stop assumptions, keep a clean mind slate, and when you are approaching physics, and take a continuous effort. Okay, the point number 3 is that focus on understanding and not memorization. Okay, so just don't, physics is not just to memorize or something like that. Okay, because physics is something like that you need to work out, you need to plan a schedule, and you need to take a small areas of concepts, and you need to understand that concepts, and you need to read that concepts probably 1 or 2 times, and you need to understand the formula. Then you need to work out. So work out means like you need to practice the problems number of times. It is not like that you need to memorize like any other subject. Like I won't say that, I'm not complaining any other subjects or something like that, but there are a few subjects like we can memorize also, but with physics that is not going to happen. So you need to definitely stop memorizing. You need to take a pen and paper, and you need to start working out for physics. Okay, the next point is quality over quantity. Okay, see, when it comes to resources, like we go with jumping with multiple books, multiple mentors, and there are a lot of channels and so many things. So students nowadays, like behind a lot of channels and lot of books, and they refer many books for one particular concepts, or they are behind mentorship purchasing, and who is the best physics teacher, etc., etc. But let me tell you, like in the school days, like I have experimented that the NCERT book is the mother of any subject. So I would say, like in physics, NCERT, if you are thoroughly able to understand, to some extent your problem will get solved. And if you wanted any special books, you can definitely look one book, maybe you can keep keep it as your mentor or your role play, which you decide which one is comfortable for you to read. But instead of that, like going with number of physics channels and number of physics books, it's not going to solve your book. Rather, you keep one quality book and that one quality and one quantity book. So start from that book and keep one mentor, so that you will be able to address or you can address all your queries to that physics mentor, and you will be able to get help from him. The next point is that the importance of textbooks. I always say that many students nowadays stopped reading. So nobody is having the habit of reading, probably to some extent students stopped reading. So I always say that if you stop reading, the interest of your mind goes away, because to read something that you read page number 1 and page number 2, page number 3, and you automatically get routed to page number 4 and 5 by your brain, because the interest is created by the time you read first page, second page and third page. And if you don't begin reading, then what will happen? So ultimately you start reading, and when you start reading, that interest gets involved, and slowly you get interest to read the whole book. So when you read, you also read the summaries given in the NCERT book or any other books whichever you are reading for physics. Read those summaries and small concepts listed. And if you are really interested, point out a few things, like take a small notebook and write down the points which is given in that particular pages or something like that, and make those points and visible to you. And whenever you wanted more research on those points, you can always do. Right, so keep reading, and marking a point from those reading is very important. And when you read, choose a right books to read and create interest in reading. All right. And the next point is make your own notes. Like as I told, students nowadays, only when you read, you will be able to make notes. So there are few students taking notes for someone's purpose. They said that okay, later case they will read, or someone their neighbor or friends want those class notes, or just keep the notes for the sake of teachers. But notes are not going to be like that. Notes are for you, and when you make a note, it should be helpful to you. And when you are in need of to understand such topics, or when you are attempting some exams like that, and your note should be helpful to you. So when you create a note, you see to that you are writing the points properly, your handwriting is good, you are marking the proper points, and you are giving some highlighting methodology, and you are giving some points to remember when you are making a notes, and and you are giving some points to the textbooks whichever you are referred, or the books which you are referred, for that, creating a page number, etc., etc. So the notes must be useful to you, and so the notes are not made for someone's purpose, and notes are made for your own. Okay. The next point is that solve problems. Okay, don't skip the problem. See, students of physics have the common issue. They work out some problem and it's not coming out. They just skip it and they move on to the next one. See, you can use your own methodology to solve any problems, because even if it is a simplification method, if a teacher is solving a problem with step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, likewise, you don't have to go through the entire that process. You can insert that. What you can do is that you can use the methodology of yours, and you can solve it as per your understanding and conditions. Am I right? So you use your own problem solving methodology, and but you work out. You sit and work out the problems without breaking, because even if he is not able to understand, maybe first time he is not able to understand, but try for the second time, try for the third time, till it reaches your mind, till it reaches your understanding. Keep working such methodologies. Am I right? So don't skip the problem solving methodology in physics. You need to definitely work out on the parameters of what you call problem solving, and you cannot just be away from it. So if you want physics to be very closer to you, need not to be like some methodology is working like to you as others are doing. Probably some methodology is best for others, which need not to be yours, but you need to find out your own methodology to solve physics problems. Okay. The next one is that maybe some students are there coming to me and telling that his friends are doing much faster than them. They are not, those especially those who are complaining, they are not able to reach up to their friends level, and the friends are doing good, and they are doing research, they're finding books from many sources, they have that mentor, this mentor, and they are working out very fast, so they are not able to get in XYZ. So I'll tell you, if you are a student, that you look at your friends, what pace they are learning and how they are working out. Okay, they may not, it may not be the cup of tea for you, because they would have practiced in some method, they would have worked out in some steps, or they would have taken some resources for their own success, but it may not be working for you. What you need to do, that instead of looking at those parameters, you need to sit back and work out slowly, break down your big task into small activities, and sit and continuously take efforts. Definitely it will happen to you, and physics will happen to you. And because if you don't know physics, it means that you are away from all other subject, I would say. Like if you are struggling with physics, you are struggling with maths, you are struggling with chemistry, because physics is such an interesting topic that anyone can learn. Am I right? Provided you have an interest, because physics happens everywhere. Physics is around me. When I'm sitting and talking to you here, that the lights are around me, the mic is around me, the camera is around me, the lens is around me. Everything is physics, so right? So when a bike is going on the road, and or a car is there on the road, everything is physics. So physics is something like that, you observe around you, physics happens to you. So start observing physics, and stop complaining over physics. Work out on physics, and physics will be with you. So this is what my advice to all students, to go ahead with physics, and don't ever come back and tell, or don't ever think that physics is a very tough subject. It's not like that. But of course, till class 10th, if someone would have told, physics is very easy. Yes, physics is very easy till class 10th, but 11th and 12th, if you look at it, physics is a little different goal, and it is only be with such students who are working out the models of physics and thinking over the concepts of physics. For them it will be easy, but beyond that, like graduation level, if you go, actually someone who is really doing research on some particular physics concepts, and having clear understanding of the basic concepts, for them physics will be easy. So over the period of time, someone would have taken really hard efforts to, if someone comes to you and stand in front of as a physics teacher or a physics graduate or a physics research scholar, definitely they would have taken a lot of efforts to understand physics. So physics is not that easy, but still, but what I wanted to tell you, if you take little effort on understanding physics, then physics is very easy compared to any other subject. Okay, so if you have more doubts more doubts on physics, and you want to understand more things on physics, you're always welcome to Guruji. You can talk to me over my mail or phone number, or you can visit Guruji and talk to me, and I'm always available to support any students who wish to do something in physics. Alright, so see to that you are liking my channel, and sharing my channel, and also clicking the bell button, so that none of the informations given as study tips or exam informations are not lost by you. So till I see you in the next video, keep studying physics. Thank you so much.